Hello my friend, Neda here. In today's video, I want to talk to local business owners who want to use Facebook advertising for their business, but they think it's not working. I get this thing, I get every time I'll meet a local business owner. Funny enough, the conversation always goes to Facebook. I don't know who started though. Anyway, not me. I want to talk to you about Facebook advertising, and I want to talk to you when you tell me that it doesn't work and it never works for my business and Facebook advertising doesn't work. The question that I always ask, the first question that I always ask is, how many times have you advertised? Was it, I don't know what, I look yellow. How many times you've advertised? Once or twice, and my favorite has been 4 times. I'm here to tell you it's not enough. Creating Facebook ads, okay, let's go back. The creation of the Facebook ads alone, from the moment you go into the ads manager or even using it from your page to create an ad, it's a very self-explanatory. It's a step-by-step Facebook takes you to get to the publish button and you can publish it. However, before you go to that process, there are other processes behind the background that you need to do. With any Facebook ads, you have to start with your end in mind. As a local business, let's say your goal for this particular Facebook ad is to introduce your business to the newcomers to that local area. Or you want to go back and talk to the people who live in your local area and say, hey everyone, we got a new special coming up, or we have an event coming up, or something is happening, or just say hi. You want to be in front of them all the time. So you have to have your end goal in mind before you start. Then it's not just about whoever lives in that area. You need to get in front of your ideal customers. You can call them ideal customers, people call it your avatars. The people who are your business's ideal customers, the people that you want to deal with, the customers that you would love to serve and you can make a difference in their life. That is important. So let's say what we want to do, and then we know who we want to talk to. Then it comes to creating a message to talk to these people. And that message is important. Again, so let's say we've done the message, we know what we want. Let's say we want to do engagement, and not necessarily lead gen, we want to do engagement, we're going to do awareness, or we're going to bring traffic to our website. Then it comes when they click, which I call it after click. Some people call it sales process. There's different names for it. After click is the most important part, because after that click, that's when you build a relationship with these people to convert them to the paying customers. Or if they've already been your paying customers, they haven't bought from you before, return customers are the best customers, because then they give you a referral. So there is a process from the beginning. It's not just creating an ad. There's a process from the beginning right to the end. And guess what? Any person who does Facebook advertising, even the gurus will tell you, you got to test it. 60 to 70% of the ads fail. The reason is not because Facebook is not working. Facebook works absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with the Facebook. Usually it's an operator. There are so many reasons that Facebook doesn't work. It's a possibility that your message is in front of the wrong person. It's in front of wrong people, the people who are not interested. Or if there is a message there, people click on the message, but there is a disconnect between the click part and the later one. Or the image doesn't resonate, or the message and the copy doesn't resonate with people. There are so many factors in here that affects your result. But that's where the testing comes in. So you got to test. You got to keep testing and trying and testing and trying. So in order for you to succeed in Facebook advertising and increase foot traffic for your local business, is that you have to shift your mindset from marketing, look at my fizzy hair, from marketing being an expense to marketing being an investment. Marketing should be up here. Marketing and advertising, regardless of if it's Facebook or not, it has to be your top priority. I always coach that your marketing has to be put aside before you get paid as a business owner, because it's very important. It's important for you to market, to put your business in front of people who you can make a difference to their lives. So when we started, so let's say we put that in there, it's all out. We put that in there, it's all out. Then it comes to when we're starting out, we buy. It's like investment to buying data and information, because the algorithm that everyone talks about, or AI behind all of that, it needs to learn and get to know your business. So how it gets to know your business is it looks and sees who interacts with your website, who interacts with your ad, who interacts with this ad, who clicks the ad, who views the ad, who comes to your page. Whatever happens is just sits in the background and learn. So the first part of any Facebook advertising is acquiring data and information from people who actually are could be your potential customers. That's the most important part. We need to give Facebook a chance to learn about you and your business, and who actually interact with your business, who will buy from your business. They need to learn, because there's so much happening and they need to understand it. Remembering, Facebook is an advertising platform. They want you to succeed. Even though they want to look after your users, because if they don't look after their end users, it means that you and I will not have a business, and they're not going to have a business. So they need to learn and they need to understand it. This is what I was saying. So one thing before you go, I want you to go and Google Facebook Pixel. My fellow local business owners, I want you to find this code. Either you can install it on your header of your website, or send it to your web person, web guy or web girl, to install this Facebook Pixel on your site. Before doing anything else, I want this code. Before having a plan, before looking to see who's your ideal customers, I want you to install that code, because this code sits in the background and starts learning. It starts collecting data from who interacts with your website, what's happening in your page. So it just sits there, and via their third-party partnership Facebook has with Google and other places, they learn from who interacts with your product and services and with your website. You wouldn't get the details of who they are, but they sit there and they get information about that. And that's very important. And it's one of the things that's going to help with your Facebook advertising. And it's probably ultimately going to help with how much you pay for the advertising. So I want you to do that. I'll put the link in the comment below, and I want you to go and have a look. Definitely install that. So Facebook advertising, or any advertising, it has to be a mind shift, and you have to be patient with it. One of the things that sometimes even a lot of us get caught up in it is we want something to happen quick. So we need to back off and let this learning process to happen. So another question I get asked a lot is, how much should I pay for Facebook ads? So in my agency, I look after established service-based businesses who they already have money allocated for the advertising. So they already advertise and they already have a budget. It's a totally different thing. But let's say you're a startup. So I'll start with the startup and I move to the more established businesses. If you're a startup, I always ask the question when I get someone who says, I'm just a startup, I don't know how much to spend on Facebook ads. I always ask, this is the first question I ask, how much capital did you put aside, or you've put aside, for your Facebook advertising? This is very important. Let's say you're putting $100 to $500 a month. If you don't have $100 to $500 a month to put into advertising, it's not a business, it's a hobby. So let's say you put aside $100 to $500 a month. If you only have $100, I will definitely tell you to Anything less than $100, if you want to put in there, I will tell you, for what you don't have in capital, you need to use your sweat equity. Even if it's $100 to $500, I want you to start using your sweat equity. When I say sweat equity, I mean creating content. You need to it's just work required, my friends. You need to work. Nothing happens overnight. So that comes your sweat equity. I need you to create valuable content that you can talk to your customers. That's going to help your customers. Then we use Facebook to amplify that message. Then I want you to go and create, either you can boost it. I've got a training coming up about how you can create an ad from your Facebook page. So you don't have to use Ads Manager. Make sure you check out the event on my page. I'll put the link down below as well. So I show you in this workshop, I'm going to show you how to create ads and manage it on your Facebook page, so you don't have to go to the Ads Manager. But so coming down here, so when we're starting out between $100 to $500 a month, I want you to create a content and use Facebook to amplify that message. Means to create increase your reach. And that comes with your awareness campaign and engagement campaign. You've got to put this work into it to create that. And as you're building and as you're creating more engagement campaigns, then you're making sure your pixels are there. Then you start learning. Your Facebook starts learning about who actually interacts with you. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to start what you lack in financial equity or your financial capital, you need to replace it with your sweat equity or sweat capital, whatever that thing is, if it exists, sweat capital. So let's say you're an established business owner. As an established business owner, this is the questions that we always ask. What are we going to do? Because in my agency, what we do is we attract, we increase, and we scale. Depending on where you are in your business, let's say you want to attract more clients, you don't have a lot of clients, so you want to attract more clients, then we have a different ad in place. Or we definitely create a lead gen for people who are established, definitely lead gen, because I will 100% recommend that you need to increase your database. You must increase your database. That database is going to help you so much. There's another video I've done that why you need to increase your database. Watch that video. It's very important. Everyone says emails doesn't work. That's fine. I want you to build, and build. So then if it's lead gen, we'll do that. If you need to scale, if you need to go back in front of your other customers to buy, if you have other products and services that's complementary to those who already bought it, there's a different way we do it, but there is a process into that. And if you're talking about established business, how much you're supposed to spend, actually this applies if you're a startup, small, big, doesn't matter what size business you are. You need to know the lifetime value of your customers. Let's say we're converting these customers. How much is this customer worth to you and to your business? And it doesn't matter what business you have. Let's say you're a hairdresser, a hairdressing salon. I love my hairdresser. I've been going and seeing Damien for the past, 12 years. No one is allowed to touch my hair except Damien. Even my partner have to make an appointment to touch my hair. But you got to remember, if they had to advertise to bring me in, and on average, some years I've been there 3 times a year, sometimes once a year, and sometimes twice. On the average, and sometimes 4 times. And we're just talking about haircut. So on the average, let's say on a yearly basis, I go twice a year. And we started at $90, and I'm happily paying $120. People, good service matters. So it all depends, and the lifetime value of me being there, it's been 12 years. So that's how it determines how much you're happy to acquire this customer. Your lifetime value, it doesn't matter what you are, if you're a startup or established business, large, whatever. It's very important for you and me to know how much this customer worth to our business. So let's say how much to spend if you're a medium or established business who you've got. I would recommend anything $500 to $1,000 to $1,500 per month, depending what you want to achieve. It's very important. So just making sure. Another thing, actually, before I say something, before I move on to another question, I just looked at to see it because I wrote the questions in there on my board. One thing I want you to do, even if you're a startup, even if you're established, I want to get inspiration from other businesses and how other people do it, but I don't want you to copy, and I don't want you to worry about how much that person is paying. This person just told me they only pay $2 per click, or the other person says, oh, this person pays $5 per click. It all depends on your business. Every single business is different. And when you're starting out, definitely the cost is very different. And the more expensive your products are, the more expensive your services are, obviously the cost is going to be more if you need to do a lead gen, or just, it's a very different thing between awareness or lead generation. Another thing that I've been asked by local business owners is, Netta, when will I outsource? When will I either give it to the freelancers or give it to the agencies? One of the things that I always ask, because it requires lots of work. Facebook advertising, it does require commitment and it does require work. If it's going to take away from your time, okay, wait, let's go back. If your budget is $500 up to $1,000, I would definitely recommend for you to do it yourself. However, if you're starting out and doing it yourself, it's going to take you from your business, who is the best thing can happen to the business is you. You and your staff are the ones that are going to grow the business, especially you. If it's going to take you away from your business, I will 100% recommend anything over $1,000, or even if it's $500 when we're starting out, I will 100% recommend to engage a freelancer or an agency. However, up to $500, like when you're starting out, or even if you're in the second year or third year, I will definitely recommend for you to do it yourself. Anything over $1,000, I will 100% recommend for you to get an agency to do it for agency or freelancer to do it for you. But make sure you understand it. To me, educated customers are, oh my God, look at my fizzy hair. Educated customers are the best customers. I want you to know what's happening. Even if you don't work with me, or you want to work with a freelancer or work with someone else, this is your business. This is your money. You need to have control over what's happening. You want to be, what did I say? You want to know enough to be dangerous. That's very important. So no one comes and bullshits, because I can easily come and bullshit, and there's a lot of us out there. But you need to know what's going on. You need to know what's happening. So when you look at things, you have an understanding as to what is happening at the moment. So when I come and explain that to you, when I come and explain what we're going to do and what's happening, then you know what's going on. So that's when I would definitely recommend if you want to outsource. I think that's all about it. The questions that I've been asked for the past week or so. If you have any question about Facebook advertising, just drop it on, put a message down there and let us know, and I'm happy to answer it for you. And thanks for listening, and have a fantastic week. Bye, everyone.